the UEFA Champions League final. Manchester City versus Inter Milan. That is the big one a lot of people are expecting. Then on the 18th of June, it is the UEFA Nations League final. Right now, they are still in the semi-final. It is Croatia, Italy, Spain, and Netherlands that are in this battle. So what are your expectations? A lot of champions will be made within this week. And who do you think will win? Who do you think are those who will be crowned in this matches that is lined up for us?
Yeah, we know one, Man City Premier League. We've seen one, Napoli, Italian Serie A. Yeah. We've seen another,
La Liga.
Barcelona La Liga.
Yeah.
And there's a fierce battle in the Bundesliga. Bayern and Dortmund going head to head. Yeah. 1 point difference. So you snooze, you lose. And let's see what will happen. Then the ones we are waiting for, FA Cup final in England, Manchester United versus Man City. For me, I'll be tilting towards Man City. Real Madrid already won the Copa del Rey, the FA Cup of Spain. And in France, it's PSG that is leading, I think with 4 or 6 points. I think if they win 1 or 2 matches, they should be home and dry. I think it's just PSG's trophy to lose. They don't play with it, they'll just win easily. And in the Eredivisie, the Netherlands Football League, we have a new champion that has been champion for that the last time they won the league has been some years. Fair enough. Yeah. Winning the Eredivisie this season, it was a fun-filled one for their fans. Exciting moment, interesting moment of football, and they won it in style, winning it convincingly without any iota of a doubt. And for the Europa League, I'll be tilting towards Jose Mourinho. Why? Because he's a coach that knows how to win. He knows how to win in cup finals. And when we talk about the Conference League final between Fiorentina and West Ham, I want to tilt towards West Ham based on my English bias, but it's going to be a good game because Fiorentina will take the game to West Ham. And we all know that was a good save from De Gea. And we all know West Ham to be a pragmatic team that will sit back and wait for you to attack. And so for me, tilting towards West Ham. And the big one, the Champions League final between Man City and Inter Milan. It's a Man City's trophy to lose. Man City is at the odds will favor Man City deservedly. And I think they should be doing better by winning it for the first time this year. And hopefully, Guardiola can celebrate another Champions League after 11 to 12 years of waiting.
After 11 to 12 years of waiting, Jimmy, what is your take on this lineup of champions to be made?
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of champions in this coming week or weeks. But my standout teams will be Manchester City to win the FA Cup. Manchester City, they are going for the treble. For me, the title is done already. I don't see Manchester City losing their next 2 games. It's not. I don't think it's possible, especially facing Chelsea. Yeah, it's very, very unlikely for them to lose.
So, and that very particular match, if they win Chelsea, they have won the Premier League.
Yeah, we're going to give them the guard of honor.
Yeah.
And
no. Chelsea is not going to give them the guard of honor. But only give guard of honor for a team that has been confirmed as the champion. And Man City has not been confirmed already.
Even Napoli has not been confirmed until the end of the league.
No, Napoli has been confirmed.
But they
gave them guard of honor already.
When they beat Chelsea.
Okay, after beating Chelsea, it is the next match they play after Chelsea that they will be given guard of honor.
But if Arsenal lose today?
If Arsenal lose today, then they will be given guard of honor.
So, I think in the Europa Conference League, for me to be Roma, for me to be West Ham, I think West Ham will just be too strong for Fiorentina on the day. And the Europa League, the man who has entered European final and never lost one is Jose Mourinho. He knows how to win. Whether it's to pack the bus for 90 minutes and to win in penalties or to just get a 1-0 win, I just feel like he's too experienced to lose at this stage, Mourinho, for the Europa League. And for the Champions League, I don't need to say anything because
you don't want to say anything for the Champions League because it's not.
You don't want Guardiola to win.
We need Inter to save football, but I don't think it's possible.
All right. The second half have just commenced. The match between Bournemouth versus Manchester United. Second half have commenced. Then Wolves versus Everton have also commenced. So we are still waiting for Fulham versus Crystal Palace and Liverpool versus Aston Villa. We're still waiting for them to commence. But apart from the Champions League, what about the which other match I talk about? Okay, you talk about the EFL, the Coventry match versus Luton. You talk about it. Who do you say is going to win it?
Yeah. Coventry, Luton. Based on their form this season in the Championship, I think we should be tilting towards Luton. But we know that cup competitions like this, one match knockout game can be anybody's. One player can just decide to be stupid, get a red card and destroy the plan. So, but I'll be tilting towards Luton. I think it's time Luton can actually win it. It's advantage to Luton for me, and I want Luton to win too.
All right. Okay, let's quickly look at the formation of, the lineup of Liverpool, because right now Firmino, this should be his last match for Liverpool
at the Anfield.
At the Anfield, and I'm very sure he's going to beat the fans farewell today. Let us see whether he's part of the squad, because he was supposed to be honored and farewell for him. Let us quickly look at the substitution, because I don't think he's playing right now on the field. The substitution on the bench of Liverpool includes Carvalho, Blogo, Jota, Elliott, Firmino, Gomez, Kelestia, Matip, Milner, Telemikas. I think those are the lineup. Yeah. Firmino is still on the bench. So what do you have to say to Firmino? Because he has done well. He has won the UEFA Champions League with Liverpool. He has won the Premier League with Liverpool. He has won the FA Cup with Liverpool. He has also won the League Cup with Liverpool and the Club World Cup with Liverpool. That means he has really done well with Liverpool. So what do you have to say to him?
Farewell, Firmino. He has completed football at Liverpool again. What else is there to do? In my opinion, I'm not one to say he's a club legend. I'll leave that to the Liverpool fans to decide. But I think in his time at Liverpool, especially in the 2019 season, when
it seems Klopp went to join them in the dressing room.
Yeah, definitely you can go and join them in the dressing room, but you cannot come to that stand. You have to stay in the spectators, corner, so that. But he has the right to contact, but he cannot sit there. You were saying something.
Yeah, Bobby Firmino has been really good. His role is not something you see every day. It's been a false nine and being very, very good at it. In his time when they won the league, I think it was Salah, Mane, Firmino. They compared them to one of the best trios that has ever existed. Compare them to Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Bale, Benzema, Ronaldo. But I think he did a good job at Liverpool, and the fans will give him a good farewell today if they win the match. Yeah.
If they win the match, I think right now all the matches have started so far. The second half of all the matches have started. That is, the 4 matches played in the Premier League so far have started. Yemi, can you just tell us what you have studied in this Manchester United squad? The tactical approach, what you like about them and what you don't like.
Mainly, as a football enthusiast, I don't really like the way Man U play, but you can't fault a team that is doing well with their formation, really. But they are not doing the best. For me, you know me, I like it when a team play expressive football. And if you want to be defensive, do it very well. Be clinical with your defending. And be very, very disciplined with your defending. But Manchester United, we've seen now that the only reason there's a balance at the defense a little is the recovery of Varane, and that made him return back to the starting 11 of Manchester United. Apart from that, when Varane was injured and Lisandro Martinez, that was a good chance.
That was a good chance, but there was nobody. A good cross for Bournemouth, but there was nobody to finish it up.
Yeah.
The ball just went past across the goal line, and there was nobody to finish it up. All right.
That was Toney diving there. The referee just said, "Oga, stand up."
Yeah. So you were talking about the.
So the tactical approach is the 4-2-3-1 diamond formation, mainly hitting the opponent on the counter, soaking pressure. Man U is not really that possession-based side that will just dominate and dominate and dominate. So the kind of game they play, I'm not really that of a fan of them, but it's okay to some extent. At least they are in the Champions League positions. And next season they can improve on it. But it's not bad. For me, it's not the best, but it's not bad too, because Manchester United has some players too in there that can do better than they are doing right now.
Right, they can do better than they are doing now. Jimmy, what are the positivity you have seen in this Manchester squad today? And what are the
negatives?
The bad side of it?
I think it's more of negatives than positives, because if you look at them, without Christensen and Casemiro's brilliance, I feel like, in fact, Bournemouth deserve a goal in this match. They've tried to press. They've not just been clinical enough. They deserve a goal in this match. Sancho has not been good. Martial has not been good. I think it's the midfield that is helping. That's the only positive you can bring up from Manchester United today. And their defense also. I mean, it's looking a little shaky. But just the real negative part is that without Rashford, they don't look that strong offensive-wise.
All right, let's talk about the Liverpool side. What have you seen in the Liverpool squad today? Are you impressed? You can see Diaz. You've been missing all along, but now he's back. Are you impressed with what they are playing? Firmino is not there. You can see Mo Salah. What have they done? Are you, Mr. Yemi? Yeah, Mike. Are you impressed with what you have seen in the Liverpool squad?
Yeah, not so bad, but not the best, because they are trying to take the game to Aston Villa, but they've been missing some chances. They need to work on their input at the final third, because when you knock the ball in your box, it is not effective. You just keep possession. But what makes it effective are your touches in the final third. So when you look at Liverpool today, they've not been really clinical. And when you are playing against a goalkeeper that is as good as Emiliano Martinez, you need to step up. You need to be better in the final third. They really need to do something about it, or we should be seeing some changes. Because for me, Liverpool has not really gotten some good clear-cut chances. They've been suffering to the defensive brilliance of Aston Villa so far. But if they can do something about it, maybe they can come back into this game. Because if they lose this game, they should kiss Champions League football goodbye for next season. Because even all hope will most likely be lost for them.
Yeah. Even all hope will most likely be lost for them. Winning this one, I think, to me, is a very important match. But I'm surprised they are not approaching the match with all sense of urgency.
They are. This is how Liverpool plays.
That's a beautiful chance there, but it was saved by the goalkeeper.
This kind of chances to another goalkeeper might take him stress to save it. But look at how easy Martinez. It was just like waiting for him to play there.
And this is the goalkeeper Pochettino is targeting to bring back to bring to Chelsea.
He's a good goalkeeper.
Martinez.
Yes.
And we have seen him. He is so fantastic, even in the Argentina squad. In Aston Villa, I think he has done a lot of. He has made a lot of clean sheet, and he's one of those people that made a chance for Aston Villa. Oh, you can see Aston Villa pressing there, a shot there. Oh, a good save by the gear. That is a beautiful save. Alexin.
Not the gear.
Okay, it's not the gear. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Alexin for Liverpool. Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for that correction. So let's talk about the Aston Villa side, Mr. Yemite. Yemite, please talk about the Aston Villa side.
Yeah.
With what you have seen so far.
Well, what we have seen so far, that justifies why I came to this game with a 4-4-2. You have more bodies in the defense, more bodies in the midfield. Just leaving 2 guys up front. Maybe make use of long passes or pacey players from the wings. That means your defenders, even your right and left back, they tend to do more defending than attacking because they have players playing ahead of them. So they attack with caution, serious caution, because they know that they have a Salah that has space, Luis Diaz that has space, and Gakpo that has space to contend with. So you can't afford to blink at the defense. You need to give your everything. So, sorry, I think that approach is a brilliant one from Unai Emery. We all know him to be a tactician, good football coach, a successful one to some extent. Some call him the Enfant terrible of the Europa League. And let's see if the formation will take them home and dry.
All right, let's see if the formation will take them home and dry. Now, talking about Evan Toney. Evan Toney that was given how many months ban?
8 months.
8-month ban.
Yes.
For I don't know why.
Betting.
I don't know, for betting. Can you just briefly tell us why it was? Because a lot of people don't understand when we talk about betting. You know, players betting and other things. Can you just briefly tell us some of this thing?
The rules is very clear. The rules is that no participant can bet on match or competition in which they are involved that season.
Good.
Or which they can influence or in any other football related matters concerning the league that they play in. Now, when you talk about this, you talk about trying to avoid matches.
That's it. Oh.
Liverpool just got the
for Liverpool, and it is Gakpo. Gakpo have just scored one. Yeah. Gakpo have just put one in back for Liverpool.
And that was good defending first from the Aston Villa defender.
Great ball by Arnold.
1-1. The match between Liverpool vs Aston Villa is the 54th minute, and it is 1-1. Gakpo just equalized for Liverpool. All right, you were saying something.
So, participants in the league too, participants mainly, not only players, are also prohibited from using or passing inside information for betting. That is, for instance, if you have a striker and you advising people, for instance, maybe
like this, okay.
you are working for Brentford.
Yeah, giving them tips.
And you are giving them tips that this weekend is that Evan Toney will score. Evan Toney will score. It's prohibited. So when they catch you with such a...
Oh, chance for Manchester United! What a save!
Lagos.
And this is Lagos.
There's a VAR check on the Liverpool goal.
A VAR check on the Liverpool game.
Offside.
A VAR check, I think that is they're checking a possible offside. Checking a possible... Oh, look at that. That's a clear offside.
Offside.
Oh,
okay.
no. That is a clear offside. I think that goal should be cancelled.
I think it's offside.
Oh, I think there was first a foul.
I think it's offside. It's offside.
That is.
It's offside.
Because the guy that brought... The player that brought the ball back...
No, you have to look at the time of flight. You can't look at where the ball got to decide an offside.
Van Dijk was already off. let's wait for the final decision of the referee. But what I'm seeing here, it is a clear of Van Dijk. Look at it. Look at the move. Van Dijk.
I don't think they could get the picture of the pass. It was the time of flight of the ball. With this video evidence, I don't think it's accurate enough to blow an offside. So they will blow an offside.
The goal has been cancelled. The goal has been cancelled. And no goal for Liverpool. Still 1-0 in favour of Aston Villa. The referee judged that to be an offside against Van Dijk, a defender who tried to score.
So on the Ivan Toney case, it was being investigated for football betting violations, and he was found guilty. That's why the penalty came, the ban, 8-month ban. And it's a terrible thing for a player because Ivan Toney would have most likely gotten a big move this summer because he has had a wonderful season. So the ban is coming at a very, very painful time in his career. We just hope that maybe if they go for appeal, they can find a way, maybe reduce the sanction, or maybe if he's not found guilty at all. But this kind of ban, it can be a very, very harsh one.
Yes, it can be a very harsh one because even at the stand, if he's going to another club, definitely the FA have to approve it and give him a letter. But right now, it is the FA. The FA is to write to FIFA, informing them so that he cannot go any other place because the FA has to write all the necessary letters.
Yeah, and no team wants to sign a baggage.
Yeah.
So that's why most likely it can affect him this summer. Because the ban, I think, will extend to, February next year. So it's a long time. It's a long time. Almost the whole season is more than half already. And I think he will be just blaming himself if he's really guilty of it. Because he should be doing better.
But right now, I'm very sure that he's not the only one who is doing it. There are others who are doing it, but they are not caught.
Yeah, Yoruba will say, Enitomu Lole. That is the person that is caught.
There is a thief.
That is, there are a lot of thieves, but it is when that person is caught that they know there is a thief. So it's just football. Sometimes your luck can run out. And when luck runs out, worst case scenario can happen. So let's just hope that it comes back to football later and do better.
All right. Let's quickly look at Ivan Toney has been one of the top scorers in England this season. I think he's in the third because he has scored 20 goals and 4 assists. I think he's on the high side. He has scored more. Let me quickly give an update. There is a goal here, and Fulham just hit Crystal Palace, and now it is 2-1 in favor of Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham has been known to come back. The team is really high in form, in morale, in confidence. And
the second goal was scored by Mitrovic, the man that just came from suspension. And the assist was from William.
Yeah,
so maybe he's coming with anger. He's coming with anger and he's just banging goal. He scored the first goal through a penalty kick, and now he has scored through an assist, assist from William.
Yeah, I said I expected something from Fulham because their last 2 games have been extraordinary. You won't want to play this kind of Fulham. No team fighting for any sport at this stage want to play Fulham, I don't think. Thank God Chelsea don't have to play Fulham because we all know how that will end. But
it's a derby.
So, yeah, it's a derby. So, yeah, I still think Fulham will win this game. There might be one more goal.
One more goal from Fulham, and then we're expecting the match between Nottingham Forest vs Arsenal in the evening. That one will come down. It's 5:30. But right now, what really has happened to Everton?
Well, one of the things I think happened to them was like the coach that started this season with them, to me, is not really good enough. One. Number 2, I think they suffered from FFP issues. They couldn't really sign, you know, the players that they will cough out money for. And number 3, I think the time they sacked the coach was not the time they should. They should have sacked Lampard earlier. Maybe they could have had a better fighting chance for the season. Because when they sacked the coach, they should have. I think they should have sacked him even like December, so that this new coach can go into the winter transfer window and maybe on loan or something, try to do some business that can help them or keep them afloat in the league. So, but Everton is one of those traditional teams in England, and seeing them go on relegation won't be a sweet pill to take. But we just hope that they can come back into this game and maybe win and try to stay off the relegation zone.
All right. Looking at the formation they have been playing today, it looks 3-5-1-1. 3-5-1-1. Uwobi is still there. At the five line, you have Uwobi, Goya, you have Onana, you have Garner, then you have McNeil. McNeil, then Calvert-Lewis as the last man behind the Corey. You know, what a tactics. Probably it's not paying off.
Yeah, if he's looking to win this game, it's never easy to win a game against Wolves, first of all. But it's looking like this Everton side is potent of scoring goals. If you look at the talent around that they have. But today is not just working out for Sean Dyche. And it will be so sad, like he said, to see Everton get relegated. Even they will lose majority of their players because they have some fantastic players in their squad.
I'm hearing.
So you can see Vincent Company there in the stand. Took Burnley. They got about over 100 points this season at the championship. So they did a great job with Burnley, and now they are in the league again. Good job for Company. But back to the Everton issue. Talking about it, I think if they go on relegation, it won't be a good one. It won't really be a good one for them because, hey, Everton is no mean feat. It's not a small team. And I think they should be doing better than they are doing right now. Maybe sometimes it's needed to go on relegation, to go and re-strategize. But if they go on relegation, they will lose a lot of quality players that they have. Likes of Iwobi, likes of Calvert-Lewin, and some other guys. Like their goalkeeper, which is the #1 choice of England. And you know, England will most likely not use him as #1 again if he's staying between the sticks for a championship side. So we too will likely want to get a move away from Everton. So they will lose a lot of quality players, which won't be the best for the club. So the best they can get right now is to try to avoid relegation and try to stay up. Well, football will talk, and you have to, if you want to stay in the Premier League, you have to deserve it.
You have to deserve it. You want to stay in the Premier League, you have to deserve it. You know, I'm talking about Liverpool. You know, apart from Firmino, who will be going, you have the midfielder James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Naby Keita are all leaving Liverpool.
Yeah,
end of the season.
Yeah, including Otto too, going back to Juventus.
Yes, their contracts are not renewed.
Yeah,
and probably club is trying to have a new.
Of course, he has to overhaul.
Yeah,
he has to overhaul that thing. You know, one of their pains this season is inconsistency, especially from their midfielders. Fine, Nunez was misfiring, but Salah is coming. But Liverpool is conceding, and Liverpool are not that dominating like we used to know in the midfield. So I think it's needed for a breath of fresh air. That explains why, you know, they've been after McAllister even after Mason Mount and other guys in the transfer window. So let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Look, okay, let's quickly look at the top scorer of the season. I talked about Toney Evans as the third. Then Kane scored today to make it 28. 28. Ordinarily, 28 would have won the Golden Boots.
Yeah.
You understand? But here we see 36 for Haaland. Then Salah still remain 19. You know what? You know, there are a lot of goals. A lot of people have scored. Rashford is in 16. Rashford have 16 goals. Wilson from Newcastle have 18. Salah have 19 from Liverpool. Toney Evans have 20 from Brentford. Kane made his own 28 today. Then Haaland, Manchester City is having 36. Sorry, 36.
Yeah.
What a season!
Come on.
You know, the number Harry Kane has on a normal day will be a number for the Azu scorer before.
Yeah.
But one team went to bring...
Oh, a counter. This time is Toney versus the goalkeeper. But two defenders quickly came and it's too slow.
Anthony has been the worst attacker on the pitch. I don't understand how he's still there. Martial got substituted. Sancho, who was even trying to do something, got substituted. I don't understand how Anthony is on the pitch. Probably he's Ten Hag's pet or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe it's the boss's pet. Yeah. That's why he's still on the field. How can you not pace? Your first touch means everything. Why is he holding the ball? Even the guy on top.
Yeah,
Bruno was frustrated. How will you play football like that? You know, I keep saying it. You know, earlier this season that he said, oh, he scored 2 goals. You remember our conversation? I said, to me, this Anthony is not...
Oh, what a chance again! This time around, a ballistic shot, but the goalkeeper was there by Bruno Fernandes. The goalkeeper was able to parley that out.
That was a good volley.
Whoa.
That was a good volley.
Volley that one out. Look at it. That's a clean and
the
volley.
The keeper had to save it. That was a good volley.
Oh, that's
but the ball didn't place well enough that the keeper saw it quickly. That was why he could react. If he had placed it a little bit further, the keeper wouldn't have seen it. Yeah, because there was power on that shot. A lot of power. And then, so let's do the match. It's 76 minutes. The match between Bournemouth versus Manchester United, 76 minutes. 72 minutes, Fulham versus Crystal Palace. 70 minutes, Liverpool versus Aston Villa. 73 minutes, Wolves versus Everton. And most of the teams are playing. They are second to the last match today. That is the 37th match, remaining one out of the 38th match. So already we are beginning to see the difference. Those who are, a lot of people are struggling for the relegation now, but I don't know whether they can make it. Leeds, Everton, Leicester City. Leicester City is already on relegation. Leicester, I hope they escape relegation, but it's not looking likely. Why? Because they have 2 Nigerians playing there. They have Iheanacho and Ndidi. And even Everton has a Nigerian. It will be. Southampton that is relegated has 2 Nigerians, Joel Aribo and Onuachu. So I just hope that we don't have a case whereby 3 teams that relegate from the Premier League have Nigerians in them. And with the way it looks, it seems it's Leeds that is fired up to leave the relegation zone. Because the way they have been playing, I think the appointment of Sam Allardyce is really changing the face of the way they are playing right now. And there's a £2 million pounds bounty for him if he can save Leeds United from relegation. So, and that's huge. That's not little. We saw what they did against Man City. Yeah. They came up. They gave the account of their own. They showed themselves. And even their last game that they played, they draw too. Well, they lost a penalty. The penalty that this guy lost, Bamford. And to me, I think it's looking more like it's like the 3 teams that the Nigerians are in might most likely be the ones going relegation. Because to me, it seems Leeds United is the one that will get saved.
United. All right.
Bobby Firmino is coming on now.
Right.
It will be a fantastic story if he scores. I mean, to be a
Yeah. In fact, he has done well because I was about talking about him. I said, okay, won't Jurgen Klopp honor Firmino since this will be his last match at home for Liverpool. I was so that at least let him get that ovation because he has actually done well for Liverpool because he has won almost all the trophies, and in fact he has scored 109 goals in 360 matches for Liverpool. Yeah. I think he deserves to be honored.
Yeah, that's very good from the false nine, those numbers. And looking at the person coming up for him, Luis Diaz, I've been watching the Liverpool game very closely. He has been the standout player that has tried to give everything in this 70 or 60...
72 minutes.
72 minutes.
Yes.
Diaz has, I think he should, after the game, he should check his hamstring because he has been running down that left-hand side. And Arnold is looking frustrated. He kicked the ball when the opposition team had the free kick. The ref had to give him a yellow card. Firmino.
Oh, what a save again. Emi Martinez. You know, a lot of people were talking about the goalkeeper of the season. A lot of they talk about the manager of the season, and then they talk about the youngest player of the season. And a lot of names you mentioned. But let's quickly talk about the goalkeepers. We want to talk about the goalkeeper of the season. But let's, if I'm asked you to just give me like 4 goalkeepers, I say, okay, this goalkeeper, 1 out of these 4 will be goalkeeper of the season.
Mainly for the goalkeeper of the season is about clean sheet.
Yeah.
So it's about how many clean sheets you keep. So it's the goalkeeper with the highest number of clean sheets that mostly go.
But let's talk about what you view. Let's forget about the clean sheet.
About for me, in the Premier League, there's no goalkeeper that comes close to Emi Martinez. It's as simple as that. The only guy that is coming a bit close is Ramsdale. Okay. Because the guy commits too many errors. Yeah. So if you look at a goalkeeper that is very, very reliable, you go to Emi Martinez. Even in the one-on-one, 1v1 situation, penalty situation, it has to be Emi Martinez. So what other factors would you like to consider? So for me, it would be Emi Martinez.
Emi Martinez and Mr. Jimmy.
Yeah,
so can you just measure your own two best or 3 goalkeepers for the season? Now the season is rounding up.
Yeah, I've always rated Alisson Becker as the best keeper in the league. Alisson Becker, the Liverpool goalkeeper. But I think this season, not just because he won the World Cup, you can see his performance even in today's game. When the team needs him the most, he's always there. And yeah, 2, right? Yeah. I'll go with the Brentford goalkeeper, who has been very good. Even in today's game, he had 2 outstanding saves. Yeah.
And actually, Raya, the Brentford goalkeeper, is not renewing his contract. His contract is ending at the end of the season, and it seems he wants to leave too.
What about Edison, Manchester City's goalkeeper? I think he has had up to. He had something before. The Champions League made it 18 clean sheets.
But when you remove the Champions League matches, how many will remain? We're talking about the Premier League.
If you remove, I can't tell you precisely, but he has more than double. He has more than double digits.
He has a clean sheet against Leipzig at home. Yeah. He has another clean sheet against Bayern Munich at home. He has another clean sheet against Real Madrid at home. Then, if we go back to the group stages too, how many will have counted 3 already? If we go back to the group stage, maybe we'll count 1 or 2 or 3. At least 2, yeah. 2 from the group stage, so making 5. When you remove 5 from 17, that will draw you down back to 12. And in our competition, they can include the FA Cup too.
Yeah.
And they can include Carling Cup. So it depends on the number of clean sheets they have in the Premier League that they will use to determine most of the time who the best goalkeeper of the team. That's why you see sometimes they give 2 goalkeepers. The number of clean sheets is the same, they give 2 goalkeepers. And clean sheet is a function of how good your team is and how good your defense is. So if you have a team like Man City that dominates play, the opponent has to have access to the ball before they can make attempts just to score you. So many of these teams, that's why I don't support.
No, they will have scored against Bournemouth.
I don't think Bournemouth really want to
They are not
score.
serious.
Oh.
They are not serious. You should not.
It's not that they are not serious, but he couldn't score. And another counter. This time around is Garnacho from the left side. Oh, what a save! And the goalkeeper just what?
How will you contest with
What was that a free kick? No, he did not do any rough tackle against the goalkeeper.
You don't infringe the goalkeeper from holding the ball. Any touch on the goalkeeper to access the ball.
All right, let's quickly talk about. Can you just give me like 4 promising young player of the season? Maybe you want to give the young players an award. Promising player. Can you just name like 4?
In the Premier League.
In Premier League.
I have to go with the man that scored today. The Aston. James Ramsey. The Aston.
Ramsey,
Ramsey,
I've been watching him for about 2 seasons now, and he's looking very promising. Okay. He was one of the star men in the Steven Gerrard era, and also he's looking like he's a coach's favorite pet. This Unai Emery is also getting the best out of him. I think I have to be. When I'm talking about players, I have to be biased. I have to mention my Chelsea players. I have to mention Badiashile. If you see him, you won't know he's that young, so composed at the back. Manchester City, all of them are stacked. I don't think Garnacho. I think there was an article I was reading on who people think the number 7 shirts should be given to a Manchester United. I think they should give Garnacho, because you can see that at this very young age.
1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Liverpool is around. Will they make it? Oh,
they make it.
Aston Villa from the defense to the midfield, just making it frustrating Liverpool. Right? I'm here.
So if I'm going to mention young players, I will start with Bukayo Saka. And because Bukayo Saka has had a fantastic season with his age, I will also go with Odegaard. It's not easy to be a captain at that very young age, and you still deliver. And you said 4, right?
Yeah, 4, yeah.
So if I'm still going to go for another one, man, I will look in the direction of, I would say Garnacho too had a good season. Garnacho had a good season.
Yeah.
And if I'll look at it more, I'll look at another man in the Arsenal team is their goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. Had a fantastic season too. So it's based on performance. So I think they've had a good season. The 4 guys I just mentioned.
All right, the 4 guys you just mentioned right now, they had a very good season. But let us wait for the final one. But so far they have been fantastic in this season. So let's quickly, apart from Guardiola, let's quickly talk about like 3 managers.
I would like to mention one person I missed. Sorry.
Okay,
and that's
a youngster.
Yes.
Ooh.
And that's Mitoma.
Okay.
Yes. He has had a very
the dribbler.
Yes, the dribbler.
Mitoma. That's from Brighton.
Brighton. Yes.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Let's quickly talk about managers. Apart from Guardiola, let's leave him aside. Apart from Guardiola, who are the 3 best managers in the EPL?
I have to give De Zerbi, because I feel like people are saying Potter laid the foundation for him. But I believe it's his work that he's enjoying. Because if you look at Potter, at times he struggled to score goals. That has not been the case for Brighton this season.
So we need to give it to this defender that is holding Salah, because he has frustrated him from the beginning to the 86th minute.
And the one on the other side that was holding Diaz too.
Very fantastic. That is a good plan. That's on the Emery that you see him. That's where you know who is a good manager.
Yeah, when you want to set up your team, you look at your opponent. That's why I was critical of Arteta when almost every game you start with your 4-3-3. Sometimes your opponent can determine the kind of formation you play with. So that's very important.
All right.
There
is an update here, and it is Crystal Palace who have equalized 2-2. Fulham 2, Crystal Palace 2, 84th minute. You have just 6 minutes to normal time, and we begin to. The referee will blow the whistle. 6 minutes to normal time, then talk additional minutes. But I'm talking about managers.
Yeah, so for me, my standout person will be De Zerbi or Salah is offside. De Zerbi and the Fulham coach, what's his name? The Fulham coach.
The Fulham coach, Marco Silva.
Marco Silva, yes. The Brentford coach, Thomas Frank. And he said we should not mention Pep Guardiola. I can't give it to Ten Hag. I don't know. I just feel like there are other teams that have overachieved this season. I have to give Mikel Arteta because nobody expected him to perform the way he performed this season.
All right.
So if I'm 3,
yes,
I will pick Arteta first, Eddie Howe of Newcastle second, and De Zerbi third. That's just the 3 that I'll pick.
All right, that's a good one. Can we just mention your 3 best striker for the season?
Number 1, the robot that I call robot, Erling Haaland.
Okay.
Number 2, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, wow.
Because it's playing in a team like Tottenham where you don't get supplies.
And you are scoring
still score like
up to
that.
28 goals.
That is huge. That is impressive. That is really, really good. Then another person I will mention has to be Callum Wilson.
Wow.
Callum Wilson really improved this season. From Newcastle.
Wow.
So I think those are the 3 strikers. Because I don't think Rashford is a striker.
Nah.
I don't think he's a striker. So.
All right, 4 minutes additional time into the match. Manchester United versus Bournemouth. 4 minutes. Normal time is over. Now they are playing additional time.
And Man U is still leading a goal to nil.
Yeah, Man U is still leading
a minute of the game.
Man U is still leading a goal to nil, and that is the 91st minute. 4 minutes additional time. So
that's what early goal can do. When you score early goal, you put yourself in a comfortable position. All you need to do is to close shop. Now you can see that it's now showing more that the absence of Rashford is affecting Man U. So when you put all your goal scoring prowess in one player, it is too risky for a whole season. You need to spread it. You need to have other guys that can score, and which has been Manchester United doing today. They've been very lackadaisical in front of goal today. Yeah. And I hope they can change, because this game, if they later win this game, that means they are just lucky.
See, the Manchester United squad, I agree with you that the absence of Rashford is really telling on them, because I expected them to score more than 1 goal in this match, given the fact that Bournemouth is the worst defensive team this season in the Premier League. Because they have considered more goals than any other team. They've considered 69 goals. This one making it 70 goals.
Even Chelsea defeated this
3-1.
Bournemouth here, 3-1. Chelsea that was dying. So Manchester United should be doing better than this. Honestly, it's just if one of those clear-cut chances that Bournemouth had gone in, then they would have been talking about another thing now. Why didn't this guy McTominay pass them? That was a silly thing to do.
That's the pass.
It just prevented them from scoring another goal. Because you look at the man in the better position. That's football. When you play as a unit, you know that you are half chance. Like if you play the ball, it's an half chance. And you see another man that is like 70% to 80% chance of scoring, then you set the ball to him. I don't know all this self-centered way of playing football that some players are doing. That's a very silly thing to do by Scott McTominay.
That is a very silly thing to do. Any moment,
that was
they would have recognized the goal and the hope
Bournemouth.
The hope of Manchester United to qualify to qualify for the Champions League.
Senesi will have Senesized the Man U so perfect.
That hope would have been dashed.
If there's any word like that.
That hope would have been dashed. It was a close one. It was a close one. And you can see Watkins coming in. In fact, Watkins has been consistent in his goal scoring. But today, he missed the penalty.
Coming off, yeah.
Yeah, he missed the penalty, but Aston Villa is still leading Liverpool 1-0. And you can see the change coming in, and they're using it to waste time. Because as it stands now, it is the 87th minute, just 3 minutes to normal time. And we'll be waiting for the additional time by the referee. But as it stands, it is good to go for Aston Villa. And if it ends this way, we'll begin to say congratulations to Aston Villa because they have really done
Not
well.
just Aston Villa.
And the hope of Liverpool to qualify for the Champions League, to qualify, to be in the top 4, is dashed.
Congratulations to Liverpool, to Man U and Newcastle.
Because there's no fight
automatically they qualify for the Champions League.
Because it was Liverpool that raised our hope when they had that 7 win.
Yeah.
And we thought probably this one would be a sweet win, and the battle will be fierce. But right now, no. It is a comfortable one for Manchester United and Newcastle United. Wow. And a match between Southampton and Bournemouth versus
Bournemouth Man U.
Yeah, Bournemouth Man U have come to an end. The match between Bournemouth versus Man U have come to an end, and that lone goal was scored by Casemiro, a defender in the absence of Rashford.
Brilliant one. he made the run, and Eriksen saw the pass.
That's why it's not an ordinary prayer. It's an extraordinary prayer because one, he knows that Rashford is not there to score, and even Rashford is there. Sometimes you see him struggle to go and score. He knows that the striker, the burn of the striker is not good enough, and he came from the defense.
No, it's not about that. Yeah. As a footballer, that you have it naturally inside you. Sometimes you see ones. Yeah. I remember playing a competition while I was still at school. I was playing the defensive midfield role, and I got the highest goal scorer. Wow. From the defensive, I would go up front and go and score. So it's about you seeing an opportunity, a goal-scoring opportunity. Then you take advantage of it. That's what I think it is.
Take advantage of it, and the match between Fulham versus Crystal Palace, it is 91 minutes. 91 minutes.
I knew this Liverpool game versus Aston Villa would be like a banana peel, because the arrival of Unai Emery to Aston Villa has really changed a lot of things. Their mentality, their football ideology, and I don't think he really bought any players. It's mostly the players he met.
He made use of what
that explains in 2021 when Thomas Tuchel came to Chelsea. He didn't buy any single player.
What a ball!
Oh, Nicolai! Liverpool, Firmino have equalized, and it's a better way to say bye-bye to Liverpool. That is the best way to say bye-bye to Liverpool. He just equalized. He came in the second half, and he equalized. And he said it. He said, if I am not featured, if Jordan Klopp did not feature me in this match, he said, that is the only man, because this is my last match. And for me to say bye, definitely I have to cry by saying goodbye. And there's now an opportunity for him to cry.
Let's see if it's not an offside first.
What they bought from Salah, I don't think is offside.
That's a good goal.
Beautiful. Look at the pass outside of the box.
Now he has had quadruple of assists in 2 games.
Wow.
That's a beautiful assist.
And it's very dangerous in that position.
Firmino likes this kind of position.
Yeah.
Do you see the way he even went? He went with his 2 legs to score a goal.
Yeah, and I think they should be having up to 5 minutes or more extra time in this game.
I mean,
additional time.
You have to give the 2 teams credit.
I think that's 10 minutes.
Oh, what an additional time! 10 minutes. Was so massive additional time for Liverpool. I think they have all the time to come back and still have the win. Then the dream of the Champions League will be put alive again.
Yeah.
I was saying that hope has been dashed. But with this now, though, they need a win.
Yeah,
they need a win to keep that dream alive.
Yeah, they need to win.
But 10 minutes is a very huge time. It is enough to make that difference if they actually want to win. And you can see the Aston Villa say, what happened? Yeah. What happened? That's the question they're asking themselves.
Yeah, they're wasting time, and Young has been booked. for time wasting. So,
This can
and
be
the
another
Alisson is good in this kind
very,
of
very
situation.
good.
Oh, you can see
We could
Liverpool
remember-
coming back again. Will
Man-
they score the goal? Oh
We
no.
could remember the trophy-winning goal of Liverpool in 2020. That was how they served the ball straight to Salah, and Salah the guy, the goalkeeper of Manchester United, because you know Manchester United never wanted them to be the team Liverpool will use to win the league.
Yeah.
All this kind of ball, you don't play against Martinez. It's like a back pass.
Yeah, bro. The match between Manchester City versus Chelsea. If Manchester City wins the match tomorrow and they begin to celebrate, who will be at the background is Chelsea. That means they are celebrating in your head.
Yeah, I mean, we have nothing to lose this season.
You have nothing to lose.
The season is
but
done.
you have nothing to lose, and you see the celebration. Who is behind is like the utmost loser. You understand what I'm saying? Once Manchester City wins the trophy and they begin to celebrate, and you know that video is the one that will go viral more than every other video, because that is where they celebrate it, and it is Chelsea who will be at the receiving
No,
end.
I mean, they are the Etihad, so I mean, it's their home ground. They can celebrate as much as they want to. I don't think Chelsea players realistically going to the game, looking at the form of Manchester City, looking at the players, who expect to get anything from the game. So I mean, they can celebrate all they want.
They can celebrate all they want with Chelsea behind. Anyway, since you are not bothered, no problem. The match between Fulham versus Crystal Palace have also come to an end.
2-2.
2-2.
Not so good one for Fulham, but it's a manageable result. I think their European hopes has been dashed successfully.
Oh, the European Hope has been dashed. All right. Quickly look at it. It is Fulham, who is in third position, and
Fulham in
10th,
10th, not third.
10th, yeah, 10th
Not
position.
third
10th position.
Yeah.
The Crystal Palace 11th position. You know, right now, and they have one matches to play.
Yeah,
One matches to play.
the season is gradually winding down, and we have enjoyed every piece football has discharged this season so far. And what more, we are ending the season on the bright side, and let's hope better luck will shine on Chelsea next season.
Better luck to shine on Chelsea next season. You know, we hope so. And that means Aston Villa is a team to watch next season. Aston
Maybe.
Villa is a team to watch.
Depending on the kind of business
if
they do.
Emery still remains with them, they are a team to watch, because in this shortest period of time, we saw what he has done for Aston Villa. So definitely Aston Villa is a team to reckon with next season.
Yeah, but you know, there's always that downside. No matter how good you are. We saw with Thomas Tuchel in the honeymoon season. They won the Champions League. The next season we thought,
Hey, chance! Oh, the corner kick.
Firmino was there again. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of good teams next season. Arsenal is going to be coming in full force if they buy a couple of players. Manchester City are still Manchester City. I think Man United will strengthen their squad more. I think Chelsea signing Pochettino, a man that actually knows what he's doing. I'm not expecting too much, but Chelsea can do something also. Brighton is another team. So, I mean, we can expect a lot from Aston Villa too, but there are other superior teams there.
Yeah. And I'm very sure next season in the Premier League, it is not the bigger names that will win the Premier League. There are other average names that will come and take over. And the match between Liverpool versus Aston Villa, it is in the
6th minute.
6th minute. 96
Of the 10 minutes additional time.
96 minutes of the 10 minutes. You have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. The match between Wolves versus Everton, they have played additional time of 9 minutes. 9 minutes is also a long time.
And Everton just equalized.
Oh, what again! Oh. Everton just equalized at the 90th minute. 90th. That's the 100th minute. Yeah. That is 100 minutes, and Liverpool just equalized. What a game!
Not Liverpool, Everton.
Everton. What a game! Everton just realized, oh, these are the kind of games I don't like.
I think it's what's his name?
It's Karna. Karna that scored for. Oh, you can see the celebration. You can see the celebration when we thought it is over. When we thought it is over for Everton, and they just put one.
That's
Yerimina.
Yerimina. That was a poor goalkeeping.
Oh, what a goal!
Very poor goalkeeping.
What a goal!
I think he should be beaten or punished. That was a very poor goalkeeping. It seems Liverpool has gone back to sleep.
They just scored the
They
goal.
don't look like a team that wants to win.
They scored the goal and they went to relax. They scored the goal and they went to relax.
And we've had a beautiful game today, but we all hope that Liverpool can still win this game. And it's just 3 minutes to the end of the game. But Liverpool is not showing stuffs of champion. Oh, that was a very terrible... You see, what I keep saying about Arnold, he keeps putting the defense under pressure unnecessarily. How can you set that kind of a pass in front of your box? Academy instructions. Let's see what... Oh. How can you raise hand for handball?
And it's Salah who is trying... Oh, the match between Wolves and Everton have just come to an end. The match between Wolves and Everton have just come to an end. All right, the match between Wolves and Everton have just come to an end. So the match between Liverpool and Aston Villa is what is remaining. 99th minute, and just 1 minute left into that match. Any moment from now, the referee is going to blow the final whistle, and the matches will be done for the day. Except the match between Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. That one will commence by 5. Oh, a chance for Firmino again, but the defender. You know, that is a beautiful one.
And the game is just remain a minute plus.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the luck can really shine on Liverpool. Because for me, I think Aston Villa deserve to go away with something from this match.
Yeah. They deserve to go away with something. They've really done well. They held Liverpool, and Liverpool were able to score at the additional time. You know. So
But it's such a painful time,
it's such a painful time to score in football.
for Aston Villa.
If you look at all the 5 matches played,
Painful time to concede for Aston Villa, actually.
if you look at all the 5 matches played along across England, you see there has been goal except the match between Manchester United versus Bournemouth. That is the only match Manchester United won without goal. And if you look at it also, there have been 3 draws in today's match and 2 wins.
Go, you mean both teams to score?
Both teams to score, yeah. Both teams to score. We normally call it goal, and I'm very sure a lot of people understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, but for our viewers that are not in Nigeria, they might not really understand.
Goal, both teams, that means both teams to score. And both teams have actually scored in this match, except the match between Manchester United versus Bournemouth that ended 1-0. Yeah.
Very tough.
And any moment from now, the referee will blow the final whistle because it is 10 minutes into the normal time.
What I think all Liverpool players should be going into the box of Aston Villa to see.
Because that must be the last kick.
Shine on them.
That should be the last kick. That should
Yeah,
be the last
obviously.
and even the goalkeeper should just join them. If they actually want to be, if they
There's
actually fight
you
for
don't
it.
There's
risk
still
it.
hope.
There's still hope with a draw.
There's still hope with
so
a draw. If
be a
Chelsea
silly
defeats
thing.
Manchester United,
If Chelsea defeats Manchester
yes,
United,
they still have. They will win on goal difference.
Emi will take this season.
You see, they can hit them on a counter attack.
a draw is not a good one for them.
It's not
it's
good,
fair.
but a loss will be worse.
Yeah, they have to rely on Manchester United to lose now in order for them to qualify for the Champions League because they have higher goal difference than Man United.
And
that is the final whistle. And that is the final whistle. The match have come to an end right now as it stands. It is Manchester City who is in top. Arsenal follow. Then the tight corner, we are having Newcastle 69 points, Manchester United 69 points, Liverpool 66 points, Brighton with 35 matches, 58 points. 58 points. So that means Liverpool, Manchester United, and Newcastle are struggling for third and fourth consecutively. So far so good. All the matches have come to an end, and these are the results for the 5 matches played so far. Tottenham vs Brentford 1-3 in favor of Brentford. Bournemouth vs Manchester United 0-1 in favor of Manchester United. Fulham vs Crystal Palace 2-2. Liverpool Aston Villa 1-1. Wolves vs Everton 1-1. Then the next match is the match between Nottingham Forest and Arsenal. In 1 minute, Mr. Jimmy. In 1 minute, Jimmy, can you just summarize everything we have watched here today?
Yeah. Starting from the opening game, Tottenham scored first with a fantastic strike by Harry Kane. But at the end of the day, I always knew Brentford will give them problem, and early kickoff, it doesn't always. You never know how it will go. It didn't favor the home side, and Tottenham are looking like a serious club. They bottled this match again. Manchester United, I think this is their third match that only 1 goal has been scored in the entire match. Fulham, Crystal Palace, I expected Fulham to win, but a draw is not the worst result in their position. Liverpool, Aston Villa, there's still a little hope for them, because if Manchester United lose, they'll win on goal difference to qualify for the Champions League if they win their remaining game. Wolves, Everton. Wolves were so unlucky not to win. Everton scored a late-minute equalizer, and now, you can see the table.
Yemite.
Good game of football. Everton could have done better. Bad day for Liverpool in the office. Good day for Manchester United. And it seems like the season is about to determine itself, even without going into the last day of the season. But it's been a wonderful season, because they win tomorrow. We announce and tell us that Man City has won the Premier League. And what can we say? It's been a fantastic league season so far. So far so good. It's fantastic, especially with the fact that it's been a long season. Disappointing one for Arsenal, but as it depends some, it is with us. So football is showing us the suspense it has put us through, giving us answers to the puzzle we have been trying to put together. And we've enjoyed every slice of the game today. And we hope that the next one, Nottingham versus Arsenal, and even tomorrow, will serve us better tasty meal for us to enjoy.
All right, let me thank Mr. Yemite and Jimmy for coming to the studio today. I think for now, that's how far we can go for now. Don't forget to subscribe to Premier Sports Fan Center. We are coming back shortly. In one very important match and other matches played across Europe. The match between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. And other matches played along Europe. We'll be back to cover it live. For now, it's goodbye from us. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.